Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they tell you how beautiful Jannah is. He says, فِيهَا عَيْنٌ جَارِيَةٌ فِيهَا سُرُرٌ مَرْفُوعَةٌ وَأَقْوَابٌ مَوْضُوعَةٌ وَنَمَارِكٌ مَصْفُوفَةٌ وَزَرَابِيٌ مَبْثُوثَةٌ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saying, Jannah, there are springs of water. Springs where they gush forth by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Another part of the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saying, Jannah, there are springs of water by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and springs of milk by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and springs of honey, and then springs of wine by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. One who want to ask, is there wine in Jannah? The answer is yes. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said the wine in Jannah, they make you intoxicated. Subhanallah. When you take the wine in Jannah, the wine like moto. The one na dunya, when you take and total pack, then you pack. Beggar pack, you pack. Kush, subhanallah. Then you go lost your senses. When you take am na dunya, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive mistakes. But in Jannah, the wine of Jannah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say, they ever make you intoxicated. That is the beauty of the wine of Jannah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make we from the drinkers. Beloved brothers and sisters, Jannah is so beautiful that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said there are cups full of different type of drinks, and there are carpets, subhanallah, that way they beyond we imagination by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is the beauty of Jannah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, people in Jannah, وَاللَّحْمٍ طَيْرٍ مِمَّا يَشْتَعُونَ وَغُورُ الْعِينِ كَأَمْثَالِ اللُّؤْلُؤِ الْمَقْنُونِ. People in Jannah, then they get meat, subhanallah, beautiful roast meats, bi'iznillahi ta'ala. And thereafter, then they get beautiful spouse. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they grant those in Jannah beautiful spouse, subhanallah. Everyone entering in Jannah by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they get beautiful woman. Almighty Allah say, the woman there, no jinn and no human being no ever touch them before you. Subhanallah, subhanallah. That is the beauty of the women in Jannah. They are designed, specially designed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the male where they enter inside Jannah by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Everything about them is real. They don't get any fake at all. In dunya, there are times you go see a woman, you see heights there up, you go say, this is not the woman who they look for. Before you conclude, now for look down. Perchance, na Lady Gaga, nowhere. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive our mistakes. And sometimes you see the face, they shine. You say, MashaAllah, I don't see a beautiful woman. Only for let you wash your face. Then you realize that there is so much, subhanallah, when it comes to potol of his souls. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant you strength. The same thing also goes to his sisters as well. There are times you see a brother, very tall, subhanallah. You say, I don't see strong man. Only for let you marry to him, subhanallah. And you find out that he is the most weakest of all. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive our mistakes. So in dunya, there is fake, subhanallah. But in Jannah, no fake at all. Why? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created Jannah in order for the dwellers of Jannah, for let them feel successful by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for make me successful in the hereafter by the permission of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.